It's like a deja vu going back there. But the course is in great condition, despite the fact that we've had quite a bit of dry weather in between. But they were able to prepare the course in good time. And it's great that we've had a bit of rain over the last few days. It's caused us a problem, but we've been able to cope with it. You
see the way I'm smiling at you right now, because basically I was at Karen 2 weeks ago,
right.
And I played the course during a charity event on a Friday, and I can tell you that Friday the course was looking dry. In fact, I started having fear, and it looks like you prayed to your gods, and they literally answered your prayer. It's raining just before the Kenya Open.
Yes, I mean it's amazing. It's amazing. This happened in 2019. It did not, so we had to be very careful with the amount of water that we're using on the course. But this year, a bit of rain has come in, and the focus is that we're going to have rain, a little bit of rain all the way through the 4 days, which is great. It won't change the course a lot, but what it'll do, it will keep down the dust. So anybody hoping to come there to watch golf, you can still come in your Sunday best, and it won't get too dusty. That's a good thing about that.
Well, it won't get too dusty. And one thing I can tell you is we've also been very lucky because the rain has been coming during the evenings. So during the day, we are having very beautiful weather, but then in the evenings is when it is raining. Now, Chairman, I want us to get into the tournament, first of all, because right. I know we have so many players that have come in. And before we discuss our own Kenyans, I want us to hear which are the players that we are looking out for, the big names for the 2026 edition, besides the Kenyans.
We have 6 past winners of the Kenya Open. 5 of them are from the... Sorry, we have 7 past winners. And of those 7, 6 have won it as it was a DP World tournament. 1 won it when it was a Challenge Tour tournament. Yeah, so 7 past winners. The other statistic for this year is we have 47 past winners in the DP World Tour and the Challenge Tour as well. So out of a field of 144, 47 are past winners of an event in the European Tour.
Yeah.
That is a very, very strong field that we've got this year. In fact, it is the strongest field that we've had ever since I became a tournament director. And that is at least 13 years now.
Okay, coming now, you've just mentioned the top guys, including, of course, the defending champion, Jack Krusik from South Africa.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to see whether he's able to defend his title. But then now, from a Kenyan perspective, we've always had this local interest in the Kenya Open, whether it's now before it became the DP Tour, now that it's a DP Tour event, a World Tour event, and even before. And we've always been looking at the Kenyan lineup to that team, and asking ourselves who's going to come close to the winners' podium and how close can we get. We have 12 entrants. Out of them,
actually, it's not just 12. 12 is the pros.
12 pros.
12 pros, we have 5 amateurs, and we have 2 juniors.
All right.
Yeah.
So a field of about almost 20 Kenyans involved in that. Out of them, how many do you, from your experience, from working with them and from being in this field, do you see making the cut and going to the very last stages of this tournament?
I think this year has been very good for the professionals as well as the amateurs. The professionals had at least 14, 15 games to play this year, and therefore their preparation has been excellent. And PGK, were very, very good. They organized the Equator Tour, and SDT, Sunshine Development Tour, was here as well. And the 2 of them together gave the professionals a lot of playing opportunities. But also, the same tournaments gave the amateurs and the juniors playing opportunities as well. So they both had very, very good training. The other thing that happened with the professionals, they had a lot of coaching outside of the course. They had mind coaching, they had physical coaching, everything else, which was sponsored by the various sponsors that were got on by PGK. So put all that together. And remember, in the last few years, we've had them knocking on the door of the cut, and the door didn't open except for 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
When the Kibugo brothers, I think both of them have gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had Rogamayo from Uganda. He went through at some point as well.
Jacob Ocholla back in the 90s.
In the back. So the numbers have been few. So the door has been opened, to check who's there, and a few of them have slipped in.
Yeah.
This year, I expect that we are going to get, in my reckoning, about 3 to make the cut. One of them, potentially an amateur, to make that cut.
In fact, that's what I'm really looking forward to. I don't want to cut you short because I know, for example, that John Legirma and Michael Karanga have been in South Africa for close to a month now. Just because they went there for the SDT tour and then they remained behind, and they're jetting in just like the foreigners. And it's a funny debate. We were talking about it earlier on and football, but we have two of our very own top amateurs in the country that have been in South Africa in camp for the last 1 month, and they are coming in straight to get into the Kenya Open. And I hope it does not affect them. But yes, you are talking about the elite amateurs being able to make it, and I also want us to talk about the juniors because this is huge for them as well.
Yes. So I think there'll be one person who will make it to the top 20.
And that will be great.
Okay. And that'll be great.
Yes.
I hope they surprise me by making it to the top 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even bigger,
winning it.
winning it.
Yeah, or even taking it to a playoff. You know, the closest actually we've ever gone was it 96 or 97 when Jacob Ocholla took it to the playoffs? 1998. And he was the runner-up then.
Yeah.
And he still looks at it, because this is somebody I converse with, he still looks at it as a very disappointing moment, but we keep on reminding him, boss, you're the Kenyan that has come the closest.
Yeah.
And this was a playoff. Like literally finished on the same mark with the person who won it. They had to go a few holes after, and of course the nerves kicked in and everything. So it was a playoff. But I also want us to discuss the juniors as well as the amateurs as well.
Yeah. I think the one of the Kibugus, when he went in, he was an amateur.
Yes.
When he made the cut. So it is possible. And under the level of juniors coming in now, is actually very, very excellent. If you look 3-4 years ago, the total number of juniors in the Junior Golf Foundation program was only about 2,000. Currently, there are over 6,000. Now, from that base, there must be good ones. So the ones who have qualified to come into the Magical Kenya Open are damn good. So we expect that from them, there'll be a lot more happening. But also, you remember last year we had this thing called the Beat the Pro.
Yes.
Now, those are the little things that are actually encouraging these juniors to really aim high.
I still saw Safaricom put in $1 million shillings for that as well.
This year.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something we started last year just as a kind of an experiment to see how it
And you
work.
can explain what that is to guy. You know the way he's looking at it. He's wondering what are these guys talking about. Beat the Pro.
Yeah, it's a very simple thing. We have what is called a par 3, where you hit the ball and it lands on the green and it goes to what is the flag.
Closest to the pin.
Yeah, it's closest to that. So the person who gets closest to that pin, right, is the one judged the winner for that particular hole only.
Yeah.
Now we get 3 professionals, they hit their balls and they land, and then we see whether the amateur can get closer to the hole
than the pros. All right.
And if they do, they win.
Okay.
And last year we had one of our girls actually who was closer to the hole than even the pros.
Yes, this was Kanana.
Kanana last year. At Muthaiga.
And we had two of the juniors actually beat the pros.
That's really encouraging, so that there's something actually for the guys who may not go for the big prize. The big prize we know has not been going for Kenyans.
We know that. We can still go for it.
We had an argument here. We had an argument here, Obath, about something totally different. A conversation about organizing the event. It was actually about this, organizing the event, and the fact that Kenyans don't win, yet a lot of prize money comes from Kenyan corporates, pulling that pool, and the money goes, all of it goes
out
of the country.
In fact,
whether that just
before I'm not cutting you short, I just want to add something to your comment. The Kenyan government for Kenya Open gives 2 million USD.
That's where we are. I know what apps have given. I can see it here. We know what Safaricom have given, and we're sure that there's other support coming in as well. So all that money goes to other countries, goes back to Europe, or in last year's case to South Africa, some of it.
Yeah.
Now the question became that is that a good value? Is this tournament giving us good value for money as Kenyans? And my immediate rejoinder was to mention about athletics, where we go to the New York Marathon, we go to the London Marathon, and we win all those tournaments, yet that the prize money does not come from Kenyan or East African companies. So that was an immediate rejoinder. But it's important now that you're here, Obath, to give a wider perspective of what's the value for this country, or what do we get out of having that privilege, and why it's a privilege actually to be hosting a tournament of this nature and stature.
Let us just take the athletics angle that you've talked about.
Yeah.
We all watch Eliud
Kipchoge.
Yes. Right?
And what are we doing?
And what are we doing? We are watching a country. We are all talking about New York. We are talking about all these Berlin, whatever it is, and everything else.
Yes.
Why? Because we watch them win.
Yeah.
So those races, whilst the money is being won by Kenyans, Kenyans are actually seeing that country.
Yeah.
And all the other people who are interested in athletics and are looking for records. When they start beating world records, everybody's eye is on New York. And New York is on the world stage.
Yeah. And on everybody's lips, the journalist's
Exactly.
lips. Yeah. True.
How much value is that?
Yeah.
So that is actually what the Magical Kenya Open is for. From before 2019, it was more around getting playing opportunities. And in 2018, we started with the government and said we'd like to take this event higher. But the only value, the real value at that kind of prize money level is the exposure of Kenya to the world. We are going to get fewer playing opportunities, but more economic benefits. So when you look at the benefits that having this event has on the country, it is immense. The first one is just the cover by TV, radio, internet, and everything else. If you put that together, the gross value that you would have to pay to get that cover is about $120 million over 4 days.
Yeah.
Right? That's how much you'd have to
That's
pay.
just coverage alone.
That's coverage you'd have to pay to actually appear on those days. The net value that what we normally, these are the experts in marketing. The net value that we get is almost $18 to $20 million for an investment of how much?
2 million.
It's about 2.4 because they've also paid the sanction fee. So let's call it $2.5 million.
Yeah.
Any business that gets that kind of return will invest. The other thing that happens because of the event coming here is just the number of people who come to organize and also to participate in the event. The caddies, the players, the TV crew that come here, plus all the costs of bringing the equipment in, clearing it, all the stuff they hire locally and so forth. That brings in cash between $5 to $7 million depending on what happens. So even before we talk about this advertising, which is a very
small component.
It's a big amount, but you can't put your finger on it. It's not cash.
Yeah.
We are actually getting a return from 2.5 million to between 5 and 7 million.
Yeah.
Double.
Wow.
Is that a good investment?
Yeah,
I think
definitely yes.
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yes.
Then you now come to the rest of it. In terms of the capacity that it is building in the country, it's actually quite high. The TV people do take some camera people from here and production people, and they put them there to learn with them.
Yeah.
You don't get to do golf filming very often. It comes to Kenya only once a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an art in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people get actually exposed to that. We also get the amount of training and opportunities that our players do get. So they actually operate at that level. It teaches them as well. How much value do you put on that one? The other thing that happens is all the hotels, you name it, all those people, they're also being pushed to reach a certain standard. So when you look at some of the intangibles that this event brings in, we are actually getting a very, very good return for that money. So we switched from playing opportunities to promoting the country, right?
But hence the magical Kenya aspect.
As the Magical Kenya was more around tourism,
Yes.
right?
And it's a brand by KTB.
It's a brand by
Tourism.
KTB,
Yep.
Magical.
Yeah.
And that was added on. We hopefully, we're talking to KTB, we'd like to retain that Magical in the future, even if we don't have government, whatever it is, because we can, it's something that is now unique to this event, that people will still call it the Magical
Kenya Open.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who's sponsoring it in the future, it will still be the same name that we get it for the country. Yeah, so that I hope that economics has given you a bit.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I have a background in advertising, so when you talk about ad exposure and the equivalent of ad exposure that we're getting, that's really, really, really amazing. So we're looking forward to that. So finally, as we come to the end of our hour, we wanted you here on Saturday, and we've wanted you here on Saturdays when we have a lot more time. But we look forward also to other opportunities to engage. Finally, as we close the show, I have just a question for you, or a moment for you to engage the Kenyan public on what to expect this coming weekend. What's in it for the fans? What's in it for the non-competitors over the weekend?
Okay, let me start from the Thursday morning. An interesting statistic that people have yet not heard. I was doing some analytics yesterday.
Yeah.
The largest contingent of players in the Magical Kenya Open is from Kenya, which is unusual.
And I would want you to expound on that.
WRC wako ngapi at the top level?
No, actually, you can't even name more than 10. Not more than 10.
How many Kenyans are in that 10?
That's what I'm saying. Out of the 10, no equal, but kwa top contingent hakuna.
Exactly. Now,
exactly.
we've got these 18 people playing at the top level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? With the top people. Even though they're amateurs, they're still there, they're good enough. All they need to do is to turn pro.
And even our 12 pros,
Exactly.
to be honest.
So we've got 18 people. South Africa has got 17.
Yeah.
England, 10.
Sweden, I saw a lot of Sweden.
They're 7. Yeah. So we have got the largest contingent from Kenya.
Okay.
And if you look at apart from the US and other places, we are probably the largest contingent in any of the events. Yeah. But, so that is on Thursday and Friday, come and follow the 18 Kenyans and see them, encourage them to go towards making the cut.
Okay.
So that's the first thing I'd like to tell the public. Please come Thursday and Friday, although we don't have a lot in the evening, but there is a lot to watch for golf. A lot more players, 144 of them.
Okay.
On Saturday, we have a big concert. I believe
Nyashinsky.
Unajua sasa sisi kutoka kule.
Watu ya Lakeside.
Watu ya Lakeside.
Nyashinsky
Yeah. And so we hope he'll be playing on the Saturday night, and then the Sunday night we'll also have, we'll have a very good sherehe both nights, right? We do start from about 7, 8 o'clock, building up to the normal midnight, 1 o'clock, and then it closes at 2 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, on that. So those 2 days, there's a lot in the evening. The cost of tickets: Thursday, 1,000. Friday, 1,500. Saturday and Sunday is 2,500 because it includes the evening.
The evening,
as
true.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So come and watch golf. Stay on for the evening. So that is what we are giving for our Kenyans. Come and watch golf, and there's a great village inside the golf course that you can sit, you can watch a bit of golf. If you don't want to walk, there's plenty of food and drink in that place, and then you can continue into the evening and enjoy yourself with very, very good artists who have been brought to us by EBL. We thank them for that, and we also like to thank all our sponsors who have come in. Firstly and most importantly, the government of Kenya, without whom this event would not work.
Yeah.
And then all the other private sector major sponsors. We've got Absa, obviously, who's a presenting sponsor, EABL, who have come in as our alcoholic beverage partner. We've also got Sports Pesa, who have come in for the first time this year, and we're hoping to sort of have a good relationship with them in the future. We've got Kenya Airways supporting us. We've got Coca-Cola. We've got a whole bunch of people. Safaricom has come in. They're supporting this Beat the Pro for the juniors. So there's a lot I forgot. We've also got a big media partner.
Exactly.
Yeah? Nation Media, covering us for that time. So we've got a lot of private sector sponsors who have come in to support us, and please come and sample what they have, because all of them have been very good to us.
All of them have been very good to us. And of course, Patrick, we will also have you here another day. And we are not an official media partner, but we can assure you we will offer you coverage over the weekend. I will for sure be with you in Karen, and we are looking for those opportunities for us to have a conversation. But I know Thige will want you, Patrick, there's no way we are letting you go these easily. You have to give us a ticket or two, a season ticket, so that Thige can have something to give fans over the weekend.
That's where we are at. We have Sports Garage Extra on Friday, and we have Sports Garage on Saturday, and we would like to bring some traffic your way. So if you could give us some tickets, that would be really, really amazing. We are almost out of time. Maybe just a word or two from you.
In fact, what I wanted you to finish with is the pro-am. Because I know there's a pro-am, and this is an opportunity where people like myself who think we can play golf go there, but talk about it very quickly within 10 seconds.
Yeah, pro-am is on tomorrow morning, Wednesday. Very interesting format. You play 18 holes, but you have one pro for 9 and a different pro for the other 9. It's a new format you're starting this year. It gives you a chance of seeing 2 different pros and their kind of approach they take. But yes, you have it. 10 tickets.
Amazing.
Here we go. Well done, Chairman. That's the most important thing about bringing a chairman to the studio. That's all we had time for. And Patrick, and I know we've had these conversations with Patrick and Phillip Ocholla. We need to bring the both of you here to talk about the growth of golf in Kenya. But unfortunately, that won't be today. It's taras from me, Sami Muraya.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
From the court to the crowd.